Hello, everybody. Welcome to a hour and 15 minutes late show.
I'm still leaving at 10 o'clock. That's the crazy part. So I'm still leaving at 10 o'clock.
Well, let's get through this show as fast as we can, because it is the Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast, episode 157, Dynasty Bookings. It is AEW.
Great graphic, John.
It is a great graphic.
Thank you. I learned from the best, Had to make sure I put the people on last. You know what I'm saying? This my brother had to tell me because I didn't know what the heck I was doing last week. But it came out a lot better. I can say it honestly came out a lot better.
It's a lot better.
Yes. The title is Dynasty Bookings for obviously reasons. Of course, we know Dynasty is this weekend, AEW. We're going to give our quick review through that. Even though I don't have it listed here, but hey, it's there in the graphic, so everything is still there. It doesn't really matter.
I know why it's taking y'all a while to come on here, because you probably thought we canceled the show. You probably thought there was no show.
Shout out to Antoine.
Ja has a million reasons. A million reasons.
Okay, you know what? You're gonna stop. Listen, I've had a really rough day. Okay, just let me rock. Okay, and yeah, that's just all I'm gonna sit there and say.
Life. No one ever.
It's called Dynasty Bookings. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta go over Dynasty, and we gotta talk about this this Booker T
ish
Vlad.
Also, war. I heard for those who are wondering, because we're not going to do the pre-show too long. Dark Kent is coming back. I heard that in the chat today.
That's a late April Fool's joke. April Fool's.
It's no April Fool's. I heard Dark Cat was coming back to talk about some Booker T something, and I'm looking forward to that.
I think we had to subcontract Dark Cat.
And Ja bullied Ginger off the show because I don't know where she is. So
wow.
Oh my God, really?
This is what we're doing. Okay, cool. Yeah. Right. Anyway,
let me put my hoodie up because I don't think people realize it's hoodie here tonight. Lift this here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have my hoodie on today because I don't want to stand with being a black guy in the hood as of right now due to Kanye West. So just gonna.
I have no association with that man.
I mean, he does it,
Oh, sorry, I'm sharing.
Yeah, me too. I'm sorry.
No, John's doing the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing it because
everybody, welcome to the Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast, episode 157. Yeah, Dynasty Bookings, great title, great graphic, very late man. Ja's the lightest person on the show, and he has the worst CP time ever. Yo, Enforcer, late start is the biggest understatement of the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it's not my fault. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. I'm sorry that we're late. That's all I can say. Okay. That's the best way I can put it. We're here now. So we're here. We're gonna get through this show because I know what everybody wants to talk about. So we're not going to get
what do you want to talk about?
We're just now starting, so it's okay. All right. It is the Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast. We are here normally every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. ish.
Lies.
Really late. No, I'm like Booker T. I'm telling lies like Booker T, so it's all good. Listen, tell a friend to pull up, you know what I mean? Because you already know what time it is. Let's go, I guess. I don't know, whatever.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
The following program is rated TVMA for mature audiences only. I tried to tell them not to curse, but it happens.
Wolfpack is back, yeah, we back. It's the Wolfpack.
Welcome to the Wolfpack. Hall Nash 6, we the real click. Real trio hit me with the tag, and I'm still lit. Ric Flair in a leer, that's a real flip. We the illest, and I don't even feel sick. Pockets on swole, that's a buff bag. Well, so many bars, what's in a cell? Hell, money in the bank, what you call that? Bail, we some street prophets, tell them hold that. This is a hot take, you pancake. Wolves in the air, it's the handshake. I'm stone cold like when you hear the glass break for the mouth. That's a little bit of healing face. Sweet chin music, it is not bad. I'm about to hit job with the hot tag. Ask Kent, keeping with the star where the wolves at. 7:30 every Thursday, it's the Wolf.
Here's a hot take, the opposition's dead, man. No pop, burning down the industry in darkness where the curves stop. Some sharp shooters in your house, we the hitman. Let's treat whoever was no shade, kid. You's a big fan. Name another better, doesn't matter. We don't rock with hate, strictly for the culture and our nation. Cause we dominate, wanna brawl, we all in, and don't care who we gotta face. Toss them off a balcony like New Jack and give a smiley face. Little extreme, but for my ooses, we on go time. Pushes over the end, somebody yowing, that's a bloodline. Unapologetic, totally non-stop, we cross lines. Got Thursdays in a death lock, somebody tell them it's showtime. Real honor in this pack, we the foundation. Final countdown, yeah, we got the crowd waiting. Every Thursday 7:30-ish, and the show is stacked. Go and run and tell a friend we back, it's the Wolfpack. Wolfpack is back, yeah, we back. It's the
Ayo. We're normally here every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. ish. You can catch us here live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram for the first hour at underscore the Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast. Everywhere else, we're at the Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast. On Twitch, if you guys are watching through Twitch, it is WHOISQU3Z. You guys can scan the QR code in the corner, or you guys can click the link in the video description or the bio to access all of our content. So that's hilarious. I like that. Thank you. Appreciate it. So without further ado, we're going to get into these little games real quick. You know, I'm not in the mood to play the games. You know what I'm saying? I ain't in the mood to play the games. But you already know. My name is, I don't have my hood on today, so I am the woke heel. Apparently. The woke heel, John Cena. To the left or right of me is the holy heel, Jared All-Star, aka Mr. Anti-Moxley. You can see I'm hustle, loyalty, and real disrespect. Below us is Dan, the statement. We're hitting with the mother's milk. Still waiting on that, you know, chocolate yoo-hoo flavor. Or that
Rocky Road.
That vanilla bean. You know what I'm saying? You know what we're talking about. Go catch that short. It's on our YouTube channel. Just a quick reminder though that if you guys want to see our past shows, check out our YouTube, who.youtube. I don't know why I just said that completely wrong. You see it. Just go there. Just go there. Anyway, I'm just gonna we're just gonna get through this. So first game. Courtesy of Dan. So this new men's pro wrestling power rankings list. John Cena is number 1. Appreciate that. Cody Rhodes number 2, like where he belongs. CM Punk number 3, Gunther 4, Roman Reigns 5, Swerve 6, Seth Rollins 7, Jey Uso 8, Randy Orton 9, and Kenny Omega 10. You guys agree with this list?
The only people I don't agree with is 9 and 10.
Okay, where would you put 10?
No, I don't know if we're talking about power rankings, like top of the list. if Kenny Omega, like, to be honest, Tony Storm is above Kenny Omega at the present moment in power rankings as wrestlers in that company. So I agree with Swerve. I agree with John at the moment. I agree with everybody else. Randy Orton and Kenny Omega, while they're, of course, great wrestlers, aren't really, like, I want to say top 10 powerful at the moment.
Okay. I don't respect that. Dan, you have any comments for it?
Punk needs to come down a little bit. Gunther's above Punk. Roman's above Punk. Right.
No, Gunther's only been above Punk for the past month and a half. He's only had a good title reign for 2 months.
That's fair.
That's true. That's
fair. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I think Punk needs to go down the line a little bit.
Okay. What do you guys think about the women's list? Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte, Bianca, Tony, Io, Stephanie Vaquer, Naomi, Jay Cargill, Megan Bain.
This is all jacked up. Now, This list is all messed up. This list is completely and utter. First of all, it goes, and I quote, for whoever made this list, you're an idiot and you don't watch women's wrestling. You're an idiot and you do not watch women's wrestling, because obviously Tony Storm is 1, Liv Morgan is 2, Rhea Ripley is 3. You can do what you want to do after that. But if I'm not getting
Liv on the list, Liv's not even on the list.
Not even the list.
That is disrespectful. You don't watch wrestling.
Charlotte needs to come down the list. Charlotte needs to come down on the list. Io needs to go up. Actually, this whole list is jacked.
This list is trash, bro.
And it's disrespectful. There's only 2 AEW females on this list.
This list is no. Hold on.
I agree with Dewan. It's like, what makes this list? Like, what makes this list?
No, this list is completely wrong. Like, completely wrong. And because everything is wrong, it's impossible to fix it. We just have to do our own.
Tony Storm definitely is number 1. Liv Morgan should be number 2. As far as 3, I could put Bianca there. I could put Rhea there.
I'm putting Rhea there. I'm putting until I see what Bianca does at WrestleMania.
Yeah, Io I'm putting up.
Rhea still holds more power than her, if we're talking about that. And then after that, like, if we're being honest, after Rhea, Bianca, Mercedes, yes, 100%.
And it's not even like ladies. Like, the fact that Mercedes is not on this list is.
And guess what? And right after Mercedes is Io Sky, so she might be in the right place.
That's a fact.
Io and Stephanie. Io and Stephanie might be in the right places. Maybe.
Julia's been injured, so I guess, like, you know.
Yeah, she can't be on the list.
All right. So, this is a hot take of pancake that I found. Random thought before I go to bed tonight. Whatever. And super random. How come with all the celebrities inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, Arsenio Hall has never been? During the height of the kayfabe wrestling, this talk show host did more to promote WWF, WWE wrestling than anyone else on TV at the time. So hot take of pancake. I'm not going to read the rest. Do you guys believe that Arsenio Hall should, if not this year, should be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Pancake.
Ooh.
Why is that?
For the simple fact that Arsenio Hall isn't in the Hall of Fame because he wasn't Vince's friend. He was doing business. He wasn't Vince's friend. I mean, which means he wasn't in that circle, which means he wasn't doing nasty stuff and all the rest of that stuff with these millionaire and billionaire Caucasian people.
Well, then I got a question for you then. Should we just take out the entertainment celebrity wing out of the Hall of Fame altogether?
No. Because at this moment, no, because here's the thing. Vince put all his friends in while Triple H is getting celebrities to work for it. Like, you can get in the Hall of Fame, but you're gonna have to wrestle. You can come over here, whoever. Evidently, Triple H is taking whoever. If you got numbers and you want to get in a wrestling ring, you better go live your dream.
I mean, when you think about it, William Shatner's in there. Donald freaking Trump is in there.
No, they removed
Drew Carey is in there.
Drew Carey's in there.
I don't get it. I don't get
Jerry
it.
Springer is in there. I think Jerry Springer's in the Hall of Fame.
Jerry Springer's in there.
Who else is it? Is Johnny Knoxville? No, Johnny Knoxville's not in there yet.
Not yet.
But he will be.
No, he will be. No, maybe not. And that's because what celebrities going in this year?
None so far.
None. They actually switched it with the with a match.
And that's my point. We really are talking about Vince McMahon Jr. era WWE, where he was putting his friends into the Hall of Fame. So
that's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
That is a fact right there. Cyndi Lauper.
Mr.
But
T is in the Hall of Fame. He's already in the Hall of Fame.
But you see, when we talk about people that do deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, I still believe that China should have been in there by herself. You know what I'm saying? To me, I still think that Demolition should be in there, you know, but whatever. It is what it is.
But you gotta have people every year. I'm not mad when somebody doesn't go in the Hall of Fame. Like, to be honest, if we're talking about sports, if we're comparing it to sports, if you weren't elite, if you weren't Hall of Fame in your career, whenever you go in, just be happy to go in. And that's no offense to Demolition. Like, China, it was a Hall of Fame wrestler. China should have definitely been put in the Hall of Fame by now because her stats were what her stats were. With the intergender stuff, the impact she had, all of those things should count. Like, yes, Demolition is worth it, but I'm not gonna act like they're China level. Like, I'm not doing that.
No. I mean, I felt like Lex Luger should have been in there, but given the circumstances of surrounds him,
you
know, but
yeah.
Which was also his choices too. At the end of the day, like, he chose to do the steroids.
That's true. But as far as Arsenio, I believe, to my knowledge, if I'm not mistaken, I have to go and do some research on it. But I believe, didn't he have a lawsuit with the WWF at one point because of something that happened on his show? Because I know, like, there was a couple of like talk show hosts that had like lawsuits with the WWF, like randomly, for like the people that went on the show and like will hurt them. Like, I know the guy that plays Merch from whatever his name is, Munch or whatever, from Law and Order SVU.
Dan is not doing the comments for some reason, but it's okay.
I've been putting them up.
Nah,
I can't.
Nah.
Here we go.
Not him.
Not him.
Okay.
Is Tyson in there yet?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? He should be.
All right. Well, this is the last game. And this one should be a funny one.
What's good?
What's good, Joe? Brett the Hitman Hart on Today's Wrestling says AEW is mostly actors trying to pretend to be wrestlers.
Is this new news? No way.
This is
is this hot take pancake still?
No. Yes, this is going to be a hot take and pancake, and we're all going to just end up saying pancake. He said, I find it in a lot of wrestling, and won't necessarily name anybody, but I find it that wrestlers are more actors pretending to be wrestlers today than actual wrestlers. I miss the ruggedness of the characters. I think that's why I think the 90s was the best era of wrestling. I find today's wrestling is a little bit more promos and your character on TV and not so much your work rate. I like guys that throw back a little bit more to the work rate. Roman Reigns is a guy that I think tries really hard to earn the respect of my generation. AEW, I find that they're mostly actors trying to pretend to be wrestlers. Get on with the real wrestling and just quit acting so much.
This coming from a guy who said that, you know, AEW was too flippity dippity and they need to do more acting.
And that's why I thought. But let's be very clear. Here's the issue we're having, and Bret Hart is actually very smart for this because Stephen A. Smith just had a debate on his show discussing Draymond Green had a podcast conversation with Baron Davis, and he said that the old school NBA players don't respect the new era of NBA players. And what Baron Davis tried to explain to him is that it's like not that they don't respect your game, it's just that there's certain things that come into play. Like Stephen A. Smith said, he said, listen, you new players have doctors that old school players didn't have. So they say, if I had those doctors, imagine the player I would have been. And the issue that nobody is understanding is generations change, which means the product has to change with the generation. So first of all, Bret Hart obviously is wrong for attacking AEW because he must still be under a WWE Legends contract.
Oh, that's why he just this happened after he got announced for that third Hall of Fame ring. So,
because
that's why I'm like,
because at the end of the day, it's not AEW, it's wrestling. Period.
Yeah,
wrestling in general. Today's wrestling is way more soap opera-esque than any era of wrestling ever, and that's because of reality television. That's because of Instagram. That's because of all of you munchers who don't know how to get off your screen. That's how the product has to be presented. AEW would be buried if all they did was wrestle like they tried in the beginning. They realized, whoa, we need promos. Like, we need somebody to cut promos like on a consistent basis. So they tied it in. WWE the same thing. If they ever tried to just wrestle, that would be so dumb for them because they get their attention, their clickbait. Like I said, everybody's Instagram, instant satisfaction. Everybody wants to see things, wants to get those moments. So those moments come from talking. Those moments come from promo. Those moments come from the ability of a wrestler to make you believe what they're saying. So yes, he's right that Roman Reigns has become great at that. Roman Reigns is believable in and out of the ring. You believe he is Roman Reigns. And is he kind of a throwback in that way? Yes. But that's not the culture of wrestling.
There we go.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Thank
you.
you.
Dude, shout out to the Hills for Life. I was listening to them the other night, and they said that they went through and showed that every wrestling promotion. You know how many wrestling promotions are in North America right now? 66.
It's a horrible number.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of wrestling. That's a lot of content.
They had to have missed one.
Probably.
So I guess we can all just say that was a definite pancake for him. But
yes.
So let's move on to some wrestle talk real quick, and we're gonna keep the flow going with what Elsar has started, which we're gonna talk about.
No.
Why not? No, we're gonna talk about. Why you want to talk about Collision? Why you want to talk about Collision? Why you always want to talk about Collision?
Yo, Dewan, don't get blocked.
He's getting
wow.
That's his guy. That is his guy.
I want you to be a part of the show, bro.
I tagged him too. I was like, yeah.
Listen. So talking about Collision, first thing I got to talk about is Jay White versus Kevin Knight. Now, the match was good. There were some botches involved. You know what I'm saying? But the feel good moment happened afterwards. It happened afterwards, in a way. We'll kind of get into that a little later once we find out something. But Jay White gave his praises to Kevin Knight. Not soon after, the news broke that he is officially All Elite now, while still being able to do work, in New Japan. So that's praises to that, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to see this man, it's going to be on TV. I don't know how much, you know what I'm saying, because it could be on Collision only.
Ja really tries hard to get AEW over, and I really appreciate the effort. Keep going. Nobody knows who Kevin Knight is.
Yes, they do.
Wow.
No, they do not.
Oh my God. Chat, do y'all know who Kevin Knight is?
We are surrounded by die-hard wrestling fans. Y'all never think of people who aren't die-hard wrestling fans, people who just watch wrestling, people who haven't watched the independents. They don't know who this man is.
Well, that's why we're here. We're an avenue for them to get to know them.
Oh,
exactly.
Well,
I mean, we're not pretending to be like, the WWE fan base who pretends they know everybody when they show up there. But when they go elsewhere, it's like, who? How do you, what's a Google? How do you do that? Who? Who? A bunch of OV hoes. That's what you are. A bunch of OV hoes. Okay? That's what it is. Okay? Mr.
Kevin Knight's wearing Bret Hart glasses. Continue.
Wow. Anyway.
Oh, wait.
No, heel. You are a diehard wrestling fan. Stop it. He just made a comment that said he enjoys wrestling matches over promos. That's not that is cool to be that fan. But we're talking about the larger mass of fans, and they are not.
At least he's honest, though.
See, the one's being honest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I couldn't pick him out if I wanted to, but he's learning. You know what I'm saying? People are actually looking him up. But you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. I know who he was. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I'm glad that he's going to be on TV. Nothing wrong with seeing a black man on television. You know what I'm saying? Proud of that.
And he looked
we're gonna leave it at that.
He did.
He looked good in the ring. He can go, bro. That boy can go.
I've seen Kevin Knight wrestle.
You know what I'm saying? But you said nobody.
You didn't watch
because nobody does.
You didn't watch it last night? He wrestled last night.
I have more followers than Kevin Knight. Continue.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. You the ones that get clickbait again, right? Oh, okay, I heard you.
Facts.
Shout out to Chris Bay, by the way. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Aja Smith. what I'm saying? Shout out to Athena. You know what I'm saying?
That's
you know.
right.
All the
Shout
love
out
for
to-
everybody but Athena on that list.
Shout
Shout
out to
Oh my
Montez. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to every, worldwide. You know what I'm saying? Because this hater over here, you know what I mean? You make it easy. So with that being said, the only other thing, other two things to talk about with Collision is the breakdown between FTR and he lost the match. He started flipping out on the ref, started attacking the security guards. Cash comes out. He swings and pushes on Cat, and yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Yes, Dewan. Yes, Kevin Knight is better than Dante Martin.
Oh, that's a fact.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say that, but yeah. Shout out to Dante Martin, though. You know what I'm saying? Good brother. And the only other thing to talk about with, Collision.
I knew he was going to do it.
So, the funniest thing ever, right before Collision went on, there was a little post that popped up on Instagram. And it happened to be from Athena, who showed that she was in the arena with the person that was supposed to wrestle that night, Mercedes Moné. And she pointed up and said,
"Can I be honest? You know what I realized with you doing this? You know what I realized?
I'm going to mute you.
You know what I've realized? I've realized that you're making me dislike Athena more than Mercedes.
Wow.
I think I have officially grown because of the way you glaze Athena, and she is the champion no one talks about.
She is.
How do you hold the belt for 900 days and no one talks about it? We barely reported on one of those wins. We barely spoke about any of those matches on
every pay-per-view.
Wait. Exactly.
I'm not trolling. I'm not trolling. We don't talk about Athena. What am I trolling? What am I trolling?
All the time.
No, only when we want to glaze. We never covered a match. We never covered
how we want this match.
We've never
covered. I talked about, when
we've never covered a Ring of
Honor.
Yeah, we have never covered an Athena match on the show.
Her matches against Billy Stark.
We have never covered a
match against Momo.
We have those are AEW. Oh, when she was on TV, those are the matches we covered. You never covered her Ring of Honor
matches that
She's the Ring of Honor champion, Ja. You never covered her Ring of Honor matches. Stop.
She's great.
I don't want to do this.
Stop lying.
I don't want to do this anymore.
You're hating. But you want to know the craziest thing ever, though?
I don't want to.
You want to know the craziest thing ever, though?
I'm not lying.
Do you want to know the craziest? Do you want to know the craziest thing ever, though?
Yeah, John's trolling. Exactly.
Do you really want to know the craziest thing ever, though? Because Toni Storm in the beginning of the show, massive pop. Now I'm saying everybody pop for her, right? Now I'm saying it's cool. She got kicked in the face. You know what I'm saying? Messed up by Megan Bain. Okay. Besides her, Athena got the loudest pop of the night.
Facts.
You hate her.
Facts.
You hate her. You're a hater. She got the loudest pop.
You also got to be honest. The only reason that people probably even knew about her if they don't watch Ring of Honor is because she's been having a Twitter feud with Mercedes.
Exactly. The same thing you've been glazing for 4 weeks. So the only reason
I've been waiting for this match for a very freaking long time.
They probably haven't even watched Athena wrestle yet. They just like that she smack talks Mercedes.
Did they not just see her do that crazy ass O face? Oh, sorry, what you call the eclipse? You know what I'm saying?
That's the only thing. That's the only thing, bro. Are we serious right now? Are we really glazing Athena right now?
Yes,
are we really glazing Athena right now? She's been a champion for 900 days.
She's amazing.
We've never covered a match.
She's the greatest.
She wrestled a boy. She wrestled Billy Starks 8 times. She had all of it. We've never discussed any of those matches.
Well, the one thing we are going to discuss is this happened after Mercedes declared that she is going to be entering into the Owen Hart Women's Cup.
I need Tay-Rock to get Ember Moon out of here.
Now, you're a hater.
She is a
she started talking about Billy Starks because Billy Starks declared that she's going to go into the tournament as well. Then she started asking the same question she started asking online, which is, who trained that woman? Who trained that woman? You know what I'm saying? They suck. And brought out, like I said, the loudest pop of the night. You know what I'm saying? She tried to hit her and got taken out. You know what I'm saying? Well, didn't really get taken out. Robin Renegade tried to jump in for Mercedes because some reason she loves going against Robin Renegade whenever she doesn't have anybody to do anything against. And for an open challenge, it's always Robin Renegade. Don't know why, Tony. You need to do better because I know you got more women than just fucking Robin Renegade.
Athena makes Mercedes look like she got a Coca-Cola bottle shape. Athena's built like Uhtred. For anybody who's ever watched the Netflix show with the barbarian,
wow.
like Athena looks like she was in Mad Max and got ran over by a truck and survived. Athena looks like Shadow from the Sonic universe. If Shadow didn't understand the proper way to do their spikes.
Oh my God.
Are you done? Because you're really like disrespecting a amazing black woman for no reason right now, and I'm not going to tolerate that.
Athena looks like Zarya if she stayed in.
All right, that is it. You need to chill. You need to chill, okay? And Dewan, you need to chill, okay? Like, wow.
Athena looks like if Grace Jones never grew up. Athena looks like one of the horses I purchased on Assassin's Creed for 500 yen.
Oh, that's best.
All right. Anyway, my beautiful queen. Anyway, after that whole situation happened,
yo, this picture doesn't help.
I was looking at that right now. As soon as you said horse and I see the teeth,
I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
She looks like Mr. Edit.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Like, stop. Can we get on with the show? Damn.
What I want to know is what's up with the other girl right there with her.
That looked like Shrek's wife and donkey.
Oh, wow.
Yo,
wow.
You know what? I'm about to end this show.
He's talking about
all right,
dragging
so
a donkey.
Boom. All I'm gonna sit there and say is this: that she entered into the Owen Hart women's tournament as well. I can't even talk now because it's this freaking guy. So boom. We're gonna talk about that when we get to Dynamite. So boom. For those who don't know, there is no king and queen of the ring this year.
Okay.
It didn't have the same feel it used to anyway. So rework it, figure it out, bring it back later.
Tournament.
I just like how they had instead of Xavier Woods, they had Roman Reigns when Roman Reigns took his crown. Darby is set to climb Mount Everest.
Don't care.
4 days before All Star's birthday.
He's not coming back.
It's like a present.
The Yeti is going to take this man and we'll never see him again. I'm done.
It's like an early birthday.
He's been gone for almost like a year anyway. Let's next.
They won't know where he is on my birthday.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Look at him. He looks all cracked out, bro.
He's not even built for the conditions of the cold. When you're 75
I just like y'all. Okay, let's just I'm not gonna get into this with you.
Oh, that was the belt she took off of the ship she came in on.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Really? Bro.
What the fuck did you just say? I can't even hold my. What the fuck did you just say? Oh my God.
She looked like Ivar from Assassin's Creed if she was black.
Oh my God. Here we go.
All right. So Mickie James, is basically making headlines, and I guess this is why people saying that this is why she got fired or is being replaced by Undertaker's wife next season. Apparently, she had a problem with one of the wrestlers.
Final countdown. Yeah, we got the crowd waiting every Thursday 7:30ish. And
I'm so trying hard.
Where's your chips at? Because like I normally like
Okay.
like like
Have you even watched LFG yet?
No, and I refuse to because now because of this.
It's great. You're wild.
I watch it.
Okay.
I do. I like it. I like it. But Mickie is very soft on the girls. Very soft.
Also, what she said in this post is hypocritical.
Yes.
He said she doesn't like their ring attire. When Mickie James has kissed women in the ring, she has made obscene gestures with her tongue and all that, and her hand, and she definitely tries to wear her fake Native American butt out as much as she could in her career.
Yep.
The only thing Native American about her is her gluteus maximus.
Wow. Okay. So with that being said, yeah, the real reason why I want to watch that show is because I seen a clip earlier with Bubba Ray having a problem with this black woman who apparently smiles too much, and he has a problem with her smile.
Yeah. She
And
does.
It just struck
She
me.
does smile too much. You have to watch
She
the show.
smiles
She does smile too much.
Okay,
Gunther ate her alive, bro. Gunther ate her
but,
alive.
Okay, I'll think about it. It's just something about you having a problem with a black woman's smile.
No,
it's like,
see, that's not the thing, though.
She didn't know how to cut a promo. She was smiling during a heel promo. You can't smile,
dude. But you're missing out of context. Is because she is an Olympic gold medalist.
That part as well. So
you're missing the context. So like you've got everything there, but you smile too much.
You smile too much.
That's all it was. It wasn't nothing. Just singling her out. They went around and told everybody. They don't give a damn.
And I want to be very clear about this. Evolve was better than Collision this week. Continue.
What?
Wow. Did you just?
Yes, he did.
Better than Collision because Athena heard you. You're such a hater. Well, you know what else? You know who else is going to have a bunch of smiles? The WWE fans, because they can now rejoice and sing Rusev Day.
Why can't everyone rejoice? Why does it have to be WWE fans? I'm glad Rusev got his girl back and his job back. This man is winning. That's called winning. He got his girl back. Don't you? You was about to make me say a crazy joke to you, John.
Yeah. Yeah. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I will end this show so freaking fast. Go ahead.
You got your job back. You got your job back.
What you want to, okay?
You got your job back.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
So
let's go next.
You know what? Fuck Rusev. Fuck Miro. Yada yada. Fuck Lana. Who basically the only reason why Miro came home is because he wanted to give her name backwards, and that's that. Because she found out that Damian Priest was that you know what I'm saying, and that's why he got tired of a man with freaking painted fingernails sitting up there, Rusev Day and his wife. Okay, that's why he came back.
Damian Priest was painting her fingernails. He was doing nothing to Lana.
Yes, pearl white. He was painting them pearl white.
No, red. Because he liked that color. Damian Priest is sassy. That's what they would call him. Damian Priest gives me sassy.
Wow. So on that note, Rusev is back. Jay White's injured.
Yeah, sucks. That sucks.
After that fire little promo that he did, he's injured. Like, they chalked it up and tried to say that it was
if I'm being honest, that's good for AEW because they have too many players and everything already. It's very annoying.
Top heavy. Pause. But it is the tournament is very top heavy.
No, the roster is in. Everybody can't be a champion, so they throw everyone into every feud, and it's a lot. It's a lot, bro. I need more people to get hurt.
I don't know if he did during the match. I think it's an ongoing issue because he has to have surgery.
Well, they said. Well, it turns out it was his hand, so you guys going to have surgery on his hand. They did say that they don't know how long it's going to be, but it's not going to be like
a year or two.
Yeah. Shout out to Real Garland who just commented on IG, and his comment reads, "Fuck Jeff Jarrett. Have a great show, y'all."
I think he just comes here to say that.
He does.
Yeah, that's all he does.
He's very, shout out to you. That's why you're.
You know what? We're gonna get a gift. There's a Jeff Jarrett action figure.
Of course, I'm gonna send him a Jeff Jarrett autographed shirt.
Yo, Dewan, you and Ja are definitely fun because this is some more pointless news.
Say that too because Mark Davis is now out.
We're just getting pointless news. Pointless.
Orange Cassidy is out with a torn pec.
Yep.
That's crazy. And then Darby Allin is out.
Oh, by the way, stop it. Why are you gonna sit there and talk about Darby like that? Garland said, you better not, Dan. We're gonna get your address and we're gonna send you a care package, a Jeff Jarrett care package. So
meet and greet for him is only like $20. So
sad thing is, like, Orange Cassidy's out, but I mean, damn. But I guess other good news is that Rey Fenix is coming to SmackDown tomorrow.
Let's get it, Ray.
let's get it.
You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to him. He's
I hope he has
now,
a fire ass entrance.
you know what I'm saying? Because he's no longer, in inhumane circumstances. You know what I'm saying? He's free from his captives and captives.
more
He
shot
better not show
caller.
up in the entrance and be in a straight jacket.
I just
He
wanna
better not show up with a damn entrance and be in a straight jacket.
I just
okay?
I just want to say to Jacquez, the AEW has more than enough legal trouble and people lawyering up for contract negotiations to prove that it is not the best business in wrestling. So we're not going to go there. That we're not going to do, because literally there are lawsuits. Literally there are young wrestlers getting lawyers and management to negotiate with this company because they do bad business, because they write bad contracts
Wait.
and they have no real creative.
No.
You're not talking about what I think you're talking about.
You're not sitting here and trying to troll me for Nick Nimitz' brother.
Ryan.
Hook just got management for his renegotiations, the same management
That's smart.
that
That's
MJF
smart.
uses. Listen,
That's smart.
but he had
That's
already
smart.
his daddy already works for the company. Why are we? Why is everyone lawyering up?
Why do you think his daddy told him to do it?
We're lawyering up. We're lawyering up. And when Namath wins that lawsuit, I don't want to hear nothing.
Nimitz is getting countersued. He's lost.
Yeah,
like,
he's
already
already
got
He's
proven.
done.
It's done, bro. Like, he's cooked.
It's
He's
not
cooked.
over.
That's why he's crashing out online. He's cooked. He is cooked. But yes, like I said, shout out to Rey Fenix. He's going to be there tomorrow. Now, as far as WrestleMania goes, before we get into the big topic, and I know I got to tag some people. WrestleMania, according to WrestleVotes, night one's going to consist of Punk versus Reigns versus Rollins in the main event.
You got to go in
Gunther
reverse.
versus Jimmy, Owens and Orton, and Charlotte and Tiffany, which we all know that the triple threat is closing the show.
Yep.
Night two right now has Cena.
Backwards.
It's backwards.
It's Paul
It's-
Styles, Belair,
Yeah.
Ripley, Sky, Cena, and Rhodes.
No, duh. I'm just naming them, and then I'm telling the guys that yes, the main event is Cena versus Rhodes for night two. Now, this, for some strange reason, doesn't include the other match, which is Damian and Drew.
It's right there on the very bottom.
Not on this one.
Yeah, but this is also not WWE announcing.
Yeah, this is we don't know when that's going to happen. We don't know like what other matches may pop up. I heard that they're supposed to have a multi-man match with Braun Breaker. I think it's supposed to be Braun versus Penta versus Finn versus Dominic.
And Dom's gonna win that match. That's gonna be crazy.
That would be awesome if you did though.
That would be dope.
Dom's gonna win.
We don't know what's going to happen for LA Knight's title. I guess that's going to be him and Shinsuke on a pre-show.
No one cares.
No one really cares.
Phoenix, give it to Phoenix.
So,
Let Rey Fenix go against LA Knight right away. Right away.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you know,
right
everybody
away.
that comes from AEW gets a title shot, you know. So
well, Penta hasn't won a title yet. So.
Same thing with AEW and WWE, my friend.
I know.
Same
you know,
thing.
like
same thing. Same thing.
Not true.
Same, 100% true.
Speedball
Adam Copeland.
What title did Adam Copeland have?
The Hurt Syndicate. They can throw right in the title pictures immediately. We're not doing
not
it.
really.
We're not doing it.
Mercedes
We're not
did
doing
it.
it.
You know what I'm saying? Mercedes did it. You know what I'm saying?
I want to hear that.
Mercedes didn't what?
Soraya did it. You know what I'm saying? Soraya is the greatest wrestler too. You know what I'm saying? So
oh my gosh. You're trolling me now. Soraya is the greatest nothing.
All right. Videos, that's about it.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Clip that. Clip that. All right. So
they interviewed her about it this week, by the way.
Yeah, they did. So, all right. Well, I'm not even going to make a banner for this.
What are we doing?
You're
going to tag everybody for what's coming?
Yeah, because.
Oh, all right. Get your popcorn.
I guess we're gonna have to go in on this topic because this is, you know. All right, so
for those who wondering what he's dragging, he's just dragging the Cody Rhodes. I'm guessing the Cody Rhodes John Cena thing. If not,
no, this is the topic that everybody's been talking about.
And see, this is why I don't be on wrestling stuff because what is everybody talking about?
Being King Booker.
Booker.
What about
Oh.
him? Why are we still talking about Booker T?
Because it's still stuff happening.
Still stuff happening. You
Yep.
know, and this is where things is going to get very interesting because I find it to be hilarious now. So I'm just gonna tag these other people real quick, and yeah, we're gonna get started. Wow, that's all I can really say.
This is a segment we should bring somebody on and talk with us.
I wish we could. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't
Oh,
mind.
we had them.
Wow. You know what? You're funny. You're funny. You're
You
funny.
want me to send him the link? I'll send him the link.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Since you want to bring them on so badly. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's
All
all
right.
good. We'll be fair.
We'll be nice.
We'll be
I
nice.
promise. We'll be really nice. Okay. So. Yep.
What's up, brother?
It was good, Antoine. See, yeah, he I think he left IG to get into this conversation.
So we got Durkin, you got Maddie. Yeah, Maddie's tagged in it too. So
I just tagged him. So yeah, everybody, you know, what I'm saying topic: Booker T versus DJ Vlad. And so how did this all start? So last week we kind of talked about the little bit in, you know, about the Vlad and Swerve interview, right? Or the interview that Swerve did on Vlad, whatever.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of talk as regards to it. Like
Vlad knew what he was doing.
It's still fuck Vlad, by the way. Just want to just make sure I say this and I'll put myself in the big box while All Star is off camera. Fuck Vlad. Just want to just say that real quick because people think that, you know, some reason, you know, you're siding with Vlad when you're not. However, let's just get into this. So with that being said, after the interview came out and we had the whole debacle situation, yada yada, with, you know, what Swerve said as regards to, you know, Booker T's response to Swerve as regards to what he said about, you know, them not being treated fairly, the black folks, you know, and the WWE, yada yada, all that good stuff. And he said, you know, that's not what happened when you know, were in front of Vince and he said the N-word. So with that being said, he ended up responding with some stuff on his Hall of Famer podcast. And one of the things he said is that he was in an event in Virginia face-to-face after Swerve's recent comments. He said, I pro Swerve and I had a conversation with Swerve Strickland. But the thing that everyone seems to be talking about in full is two separate topics. It's that I had an offer to be on Vlad TV before as well, and I turned it down. They called me back and they offered me money to go on Vlad TV, and I turned it down because I was not going to go on Vlad TV and be exploited. I wasn't going on Vlad TV and have him make me look like a fool in front of the world. I was not going to do that. I wasn't going to go on Vlad TV and say anything negative towards any black men that's ever been in this business because I know he had a hard, because I know how hard it is for all of us. Okay.
I'm glad you paused because that was crazy what you said. I'm glad you paused.
Okay. Let's just stop real quick. So, with that being said, because you said that, and not soon after, which I find funny is because you basically got called in a lie. Because Vlad leaked them DMs, by the way. Just going to sit there and say that. So, it's crazy when there's one thing you should do, and we talk about Vlad being an informant. Why would you lie on a snitch? Can anybody tell me why would you want to lie on a snitch? They're going to tell everything. I'm just saying, you know, since we're calling, you know, Vlad an informant and whatnot. However, to me, a lot of our kinfolk do a lot of this stuff to themselves when they go on Vlad. Because there are times where you can just say, no comment. You don't have to answer. They go into detail. He's not putting a gun to their head to tell their business. They do it by themselves. That's just a fact.
My uncle was literally on Vlad, and it was super embarrassing for my family. So I won't even say who my uncle is on air. But Vlad is an informant. And that's why I have really nothing to say about Vlad, because we're crazy for even talking about the informant.
Yeah. And we've been said we don't want to, but this is where we're at right now. So now, in his informant ways, just saw a video with wrestler Booker T saying he refused to do a Vlad TV because I get people locked up. That's a lie. Booker T was booked to do my show and he was at my studio, but I was running late. He's mad that Swerve brought up Vince McMahon using the N-word around him in the video, and then he basically posted the link to the video. Vlad then doubled down on this nonsense. This is a lie. Here's the actual DMs from Booker T saying how excited he is to do the interview. He was at my studio, but I ran late. And there goes the receipts, and there goes the leaked DMs, and and there it is with Booker T being excited to be on the show, giving the email and all that. Now, here's the thing. Booker T then responds by saying, if I'm lying, I'm flying, because he ended up showing the rest of the DMs who said, where's from Vlad saying, let me know if you still want to do the interview. We've hit your guy a few times, but haven't gotten a response. He said, let's do a phone call. You know what I'm saying? He's reaching out to him. No response. He didn't finally respond. He says, thanks, but no thanks. You know what I'm saying? Because he even offered to pay at the end of it. But he said, okay, fam, I'm disappointed, but I was late for the interview, so I understand. Congrats on the massive success of the new song. I'm still a fan. Take care. Now, I'm assuming that the song that he's talking about is Booker T with Bad Bunny at the time. Yeah. Correct? Okay, cool. So you didn't want to do the interview, or said that you basically turned down the interview, but it doesn't look like you turned down the interview because you was going to originally do the interview.
He did turn down the interview, though.
But second time, you basically were there at the studio.
If he got the information that he was saying about Vlad and then decided against the interview, he still did deny the interview.
The second time, the first time he was in the studio, he was there, but apparently because Vlad ran late, he no longer wanted to do it.
I don't think people understand. Like, regardless of what Vlad says, like in my hood, in the streets, Vlad got no nothing. So it really don't matter what Vlad says. So Booker T's not getting hurt by this because once people look at who Vlad is, it really doesn't matter, bro.
No. So this is why we're basically talking about this. 100% lying. He said, you happily agreed to do the interview and even showed up at my studio. Here's our initial DMs again. I ran late and you stormed out. I tried to reschedule and you were in your feelings. Making a video saying you turned down Vlad TV because I get people locked up, but forgetting to mention that you actually showed up to a Vlad TV interview is ridiculous. Okay. So at that part, he's not wrong. However, all this leaking of DMs and all this extra stuff that followed like this, when Booker T isn't making up lies about refusing to do a Vlad TV interviews, he's hanging out with his registered sex offender friend chasing rants. I don't even know who the hell this guy is.
Indy.
And apparently this guy just got arrested. And this is why this is coming up. And I'm trying to understand, what does this really have to do with Booker T? Is this one of those, hey, I heard your man's, they got him. I heard they got your man's type stuff. That's kind of what it looks like, right?
To me, it kind of looks a little more like retaliation. Saving face. That's what it looks like to me.
Because in a way, we're just going to sit here and say there was nothing wrong with what Swerve said. Because at the end of the day, Swerve wasn't even speaking for himself. I'm not even speaking for Swerve either. But Swerve wasn't even speaking for himself. he was reflecting everything that has been said amongst his own community, which I'm trying to find funny because I could have swore a lot of y'all seem to forget that. You do. You really do. But as far as this man,
bro, no, go back to what you just posted. And this is why the TMZ
Go back.
Go back.
which one?
The one about the sex offender.
Yeah. This
This
right
is why
here.
the TMZ stuff got to stay away from wrestling sometimes, bro. Because this is why I don't talk about this stuff. This right here is snitch activity. This is rat activity. Like 100% rat. Even though he is with somebody who may be that, how do you know that? And why are you sharing
This right here. The Juan's comment. Someone gave him this information.
Because I'm like, I don't even know who this man is.
I
I
didn't.
don't.
I didn't after until
That's
I had
what
to
I'm
research
saying.
it.
He's too. And it happens too much with him, bro. I'm not doing this with Vlad. I don't care. I've never I hate having to be like Booker T. It's okay because I really don't care because it's Vlad. Like
Yes.
like Vlad TV is not relevant media. Like anybody who goes on Vlad is crazy. That's all I'm saying. You're crazy.
But do you think that the corporate office has something to do with Booker T turning it down the second time?
I think so.
You
They're
do?
cool.
I mean,
I think
let's be honest. Booker T, I mean, he's not hurting for money, but he loves those WWE checks. I mean, he's got a lot of shows with WWE right now.
He's
He's on
not hurting me at
LFG.
all.
He ain't hurting for money, but
No, he's a company guy.
do you think he was pushed to reject this interview?
It doesn't matter. If I'm being honest, that was the right decision. So whoever pushed him to do the right thing. Like whatchamacallit, Swerve's
not crazy.
Swerve's not crazy at all.
Swerve has little to no skeletons in his closet. Meanwhile, you have somebody like Booker T who has all the skeletons in his closet. He came up in an era of wrestling where there was nothing but skeletons in people's closets. Like Booker T is a much more dangerous person to have talking on a Vlad TV podcast than possibly any other African American wrestler outside of like
New Jack.
He had New Jack on there, and he's had Mark Henry on there. So that's why he said that's why he
New Jack fits the profile of a Vlad TV because he don't really care. Because he doesn't really care. But at the end of the day, there's too many connections with Vlad and things coming out law-wise that just skew the whole thing. Like, how does he know that he's with a sex offender? You looked at that man's face and said, "Oh yeah, that's that sex offender." Like, how did you know that?
I hadn't even know. Like I said, I
Snitches.
didn't even know who this guy was, bro. And all of a sudden, it started popping up like, "Yo, Booker T is linked to this sex offender." I was like, "Whoa, wait, whoa,
Nah.
whoa." I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, wait, and I don't even. People know. I'll say this in the big box real quick. I don't fuck with Booker T. Okay, I don't think anybody on this show necessarily fucks with Booker T. I'll give you the reasons in a few, but not a lot of us fuck with Booker T. However, with this situation, what the hell, bro? Like, what the hell? Like I said, one, this has nothing to do with Swerve and Booker T's issue. Vlad, on the other hand, seems to be the common denominator with amongst us black folks. One thing is for certain, we don't fuck with Vlad. That's one thing for certain, we don't fuck with Vlad at all. The one thing I am going to sit there and say, though, is Swerve got on the platform. Now, I've been said I wish it was not on Vlad. It could have been anybody else. I would have been fine with it. But he chose Vlad. It is what it is. Still a great interview. However, the clickbait stuff and all the other stuff that came behind it from this little clip of him basically saying what he said, but not necessarily saying it from himself, but basically saying what the audience of the WWE has been saying, turned into, oh, Vlad's lying and because I basically told him I would never go on Vlad. I was approached by Vlad, but then I turned him down. That whole thing turned into leaked information, informant type, snitch rat activity type. What the hell? What the hell? Like, what the hell? I don't get it. I really don't get it. But it's the fact of, we're going to do one thing that's certain. Fuck Vlad. Moving on, though, Booker T. I need you to pull up real quick, bro, because it's not even the fact of what you were saying, you know, about that. And then you basically coming up and saying, I don't know, these guys think racism stopped in the 1990s when I get into business, but it didn't, yada, yada, all this other stuff. It was cool, right? Okay. Here's the thing.
Facts.
And you see the mess Adam 22 is in. Stop, bro. Like,
and they were us all on a podcast together. I think shout out to my bro Michael Bossick. He literally and me and both said like that is the Informant podcast. You had AK on there. You had Adam 22 on there, Vlad on there. What's the other guy? You know my damn nerds or the Whack 100 on there. Just saying that's outside of the wrestling stuff. But Booker T, then you started getting into your bag, and this is why I sit there and say what I say about you. When you came out and talk about, I hear people like Swerve Strickland talk about the lack of black representation on PLEs these days. I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe there's a drop off in talent. Maybe guys need to step up to my level instead of focusing on being black. Throw everything in and prove how good you are. So this is where
here's the thing. Here's
big box.
No,
yeah.
Here's the thing, right? Booker T is wrong and right. He's wrong for making it so generalistic, as if, you know, in every case it's the wrestler's fault. He's wrong for that. So
you're saying he's minimalizing it?
Yes. Which is what Booker T does. He says things with a bit of truth all the time. I turned down the Vlad TV thing. Yeah, the second time. Oh, I did that. Like he says things with a sprinkle of truth every time he speaks. So like he's wrong and right. He's wrong for generalizing it as if everybody is using the black thing and not giving their all when some people are. But he's right in the fact that every black person is not a superstar. Every black wrestler is not a superstar. And we need to stop acting like every black wrestler is getting cheated when they're not all getting cheated. Some of them are not that good. Some of them are not superstars.
Here's the thing. Now, as far as this guy goes, it's the fact that he said they need to step up to his level. I actually found this.
Yeah, bro.
So by Booker T logic, the reason why after 7 years with WCW, the reason he was finally given 4-month run as WCW champion was because he wasn't talented enough. The reason why he main evented 4 pay-per-views shows during his WCW tenure was because he wasn't talented enough. The reason why he didn't beat Triple H for the world title at WrestleMania was because he wasn't talented enough. The reason why he only had 1 world title victory during his 6-year tenure with WWE was because he wasn't talented enough.
That's not true.
The reason why he only main evented 3 pay-per-view shows during his WWE tenure was because he wasn't talented enough. If most of his wrestling career he wasn't talented enough, why is he in the Hall of Fame?
Thank you, Prince. That's not true. But what about his TNA run? He wasn't talented enough then either. He was one of the dudes, one of the top 5 when he was on TNA. Like, what are we talking about?
So
Booker T is a top level wrestler. He is a main event level wrestler. Now, is he the best in ring? Absolutely not. And WWE didn't slight him because he wasn't talented enough. By the way, Booker T is an elite microphone worker, like top notch in his heyday. With that said, he did have the buzz. He did have.
We coming for you, nigga.
Yeah, I was about to say we coming for you.
You stupid. No. Booker T has some moments on that microphone, but about Booker, he's a showman. So, but WWE was never going to push him because the bookend was the rock bottom, and at the end of the day, it just wasn't going to happen. When they could never put Booker over the Rock in that way. No way. Like the Rock would have had a conniption, and that's you can't insult your top talent at the end.
Wait, here's another thing. When Booker came in, he was the WCW champion, right? Mm-hmm. Who took the belt from him?
Oh, Dan says it all the time.
What?
No, it was me. It was me.
Oh,
it was me.
Thanks, all. Yeah, okay.
That's crazy. That's a crazy comment. That's crazy. But
No.
listen,
It wasn't me.
I believe who took it off of him.
The Rock.
Duh.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna come over here with because the thing about Booker T is
He wasn't talented enough.
No. Here's the debate. When Booker T did his singles run, it was a little rockish. But Booker T would say that The Rock was being a little Booker T-ish. So, I mean, at the end of the
T's
day,
best run was when he was a British person. You know, even though he was a black man, that could have represented black royalty, but
When he was King
with
Booker,
a British, UK accent. You know what I'm saying? Or when he was running around with Gold Dust, who was getting, who had the mini dust jumping on his leg. But
he was entertaining.
Kenobi.
Entertaining to me most on TNA. Harlem Heat was, of course, his best wrestling days, but everything else, he's been a showman the whole time. Now it's old. He's washed, and that's why when he was at NXT, he's my least favorite commentator in wrestling. And the only thing he does good is the trick promo, and y'all love clickbaiting him when Stephanie Vacour does that little booty move. But that man stinks on commentary. He uses the same washed up verbiage from 1994, and we act like Booker T is great on commentary, and he is not. He is washed. Booker T, you are washed.
Basically been a company man. That's why I keep saying that, because when I say that, I don't want to just call him like the words that we used last week, which is the word cartoon without the word art in it. However,
he's a cool.
Thank you, say it for me. So it's the fact that on top of that, let me just go back on some stuff with Booker T. And this is why, because I don't think he understands. Or maybe I've been heard and told that it's his old age. But the thing about you, bro,
I can't believe we talked about Booker T this long.
Yeah, it's the fact that you don't stand up for nothing. You don't stand up for nothing when it comes to even black issues. I remember this very descriptively because I think we all talked about that shirt and we knew it was a racist ass shirt. You didn't even stand for him. He said, with that being said, my name's been thrown out there asking me where have I been. Even Mark Henry's name has been thrown actually where I've been. First and foremost, it isn't our job to step up and defend Jordan Miles over his t-shirt.
Also, hold on, wait a second. My issue was, and I always got to sound like the conservative one on this show or something. Like
you're the one that puts it nicely in the most meanest way.
No, because black and white people wear those shirts. So it can't be racist if it's an all-inclusive thing. If he was the only person in the picture with the shirt on, then it's racist.
But
it's
do you remember the shirt?
Everyone had it on.
No. They didn't even get to release it yet. They took it off before it was even dropped because of the backlash behind it.
People got mad. But my point is, why are we getting mad when everybody had it on?
Bro, nobody even had it on. It was a black. This was the first shirt that it was going to release for him at the time. It was a black shirt with basically the best way I can put it was Mr. Popo.
Oh, yeah. That shirt.
Yes.
You're talking about the property of WWE. No, that's not. No.
I thought you were meaning that property shirt. I'm like, what?
No.
That's why I was like, I don't think you know what shirt we're talking about right now.
Not the property of WWE.
Oh, I remember that.
That one. We're talking about the Mr. Popo version of a shirt, okay? That was only came in one color on top of that.
Yeah.
And you double down by saying that, you don't care about it. he literally said, like, where was it? He was like, did it look like blackface? Maybe. Some folks on social media has said that. But there is a lot of negative people on social media that is looking for anything that they can to possibly find a racial. Bro, it was a blackface shirt. Okay? Like, what are you talking about? You didn't stand with him for that, though. Okay. That's I don't expect you to. I don't even expect you to even stand up for Mercedes and Naomi when they walked out. And instead of you doing that, you decided to attack Mark Henry because of Mark Henry's comments towards Corey Graves about him saying, Mercedes and Naomi or Trinity, whatever you want to call them at the time, were being unprofessional and that they walked out or whatever. You got on Mark Henry. Why? 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 I'm trying to understand that. Another thing, another thing that I'm trying to understand is you said you wasn't going to comment on the Naomi and Mercedes leaving, but then you did. And then prior to even that, when there was the hashtag give Naomi a chance or Naomi deserves better, you were one of the main people saying that she doesn't deserve anything. You shut down that whole movement and acting as if we totally forgot about that. There's way more with you.
I don't think. I think he does this on purpose. It keeps his name in the conversation, gets him more attention.
It's always, but that's the thing. It's always about black people.
But here's the thing. He keeps getting asked about black people because the man's not lying all the time. Like if we're being honest, Naomi deserve.
Stop. At that time, during that time, she did. During that time, she did.
What? She deserved what?
She deserved his hand. She deserved the title because she was cooking. That was the time. That was the year where she was basically killing shit.
Okay, and she was champion twice in the past 3 years. They literally let her do the whole Florida glow in the dark championship belt, big entrance. Like, what are we doing? She deserves what? Like,
Antoine says, how many African American talent did Booker T help bring into this business? I'll wait. We can name
Athena.
Athena. What are we shaking our heads at? We just glazed her the first 20 minutes of the night.
Oh, really? Don't you sit up there trying to act like you care about Athena now.
No, he asked the question, and she's the greatest. And 900 Athena.
No, but he said how many versus other ones.
Booker T. Excuse me. According to this show and my two co-hosts, Booker T helped train the greatest women's wrestler of all time. That's who he trained.
Wow.
That's who he brought into the business. According to my two co-hosts, he brought in the greatest women's wrestler of all time. There's your answer.
You know what? You and your devil advocate stuff, I'm sick and tired of you. I'm sick and tired of you. All right? This is my last show. You ain't gonna sit there and twist words around and think you're gonna get away with it. You're gonna cut it out. Okay, you're gonna cut this out.
That's what was said. So there you go.
With that being said, as regards to Booker T,
yeah, man.
Missouri said F Vlad. As far as Booker T, you, to me personally, I don't care how anybody feels about it, you will always be. You always be a house nigga to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if anybody feels that a way about that, but you will, because you stay standing for your company instead of sometimes standing on something that's so small and minuscule. I mean, it's like I said, the stuff that I named. I mean, I found it like I know how he feels about Naomi because she only has like 5 butt moves of doom apparently according to him. However, you know what I'm saying? However, regardless of the fact is, you sat there and you basically put that whole woman down. You have a tendency of doing this, and that's what people have a problem with. But then you chalk it up when people come up to you and ask you these questions, like Dark Kent, which I'm glad he's not on here, and he asked you the question about why did you do that angle, and he was like, "Well, what am I supposed to do?"
I miss you, Dark Kent, and Booker T was right about Naomi. She ain't deserved nothing.
I try to get you to come on tonight.
And right now she's working for what she got. Congratulations. And that's how you earn something. You work for it.
And speaking of, deserve it. That's how we get to SmackDown, because we're going to bypass every damn thing else and talk about this segment because, yeah.
I loved it.
All of the stories are starting to come together. I don't care what nobody says. This week, WWE focused greatly on making sure that they were actually set, except for that Bianca Rhea Ripley thing. I wash my hands with it. Just to say it's a triple threat. I don't care. But everything else, they're cooking.
Finally. Took them long enough.
Hey, but they gave it to you 3 weeks before.
Yep.
Now this right here, this segment.
I love this. I know you're going to hate this. I'm going to glaze. This was one of the best segments. This made me happy.
I love this too. I loved
it. I loved it. The whole Paul, and it was all Paul Heyman. It was no one else.
And I'm only a fan of Roman Reigns in this situation. While I respect Seth Rollins, and I don't know about CM Punk, but I love this segment.
What the hell?
Oh.
Where does midget come from?
Hi, brothers.
Hey, sis.
Hey, midget.
I grew
Miss
a little
you.
bit. I grew a little bit.
We miss
A little
you.
bit.
I miss y'all.
Okay. I know why you came on. It's okay. You know, we're gonna talk about him.
Don't blow me up.
Don't go yet. Don't get it.
Don't leave yet. But as
You
far
know
as this
what?
segment
No,
goes,
because All Star don't do me.
What did I do?
She's giving you forewarning. Don't do me. I know.
you're like, don't do
No.
me.
I didn't even say anything.
So
I know it
yeah,
was coming. I know it was
Antoine,
coming.
yeah, you're right. What is the favor?
Because
Because
it could be a million different things. Could be a million different
Who
things.
said? Who's that talking to?
I really feel like it'll be getting the wise man on his side and get him a title shot.
Yeah, my
Next
boy,
night.
my boy Brinson, who I will be doing the Holy Hill podcast. He'll be on there with me. He said that Paul Heyman's going to escort CM Punk out to the ring at WrestleMania.
So that's not a big favor, though.
It's not.
Psychologically, it is.
I mean, yes, for Roman, but not
Yeah.
Seth. For Roman,
But at the same time, it's like he's finally getting his main event and he started crying and stuff. But I'm like, and then he made it seem like that's the favor just to come out and say, but that's not the favor.
now
Seth Rollins crashing out during this whole like announcement of him getting it. Roman's just like, can you hurry up already?
He threw a whole like kindergarten tantrum.
Yeah,
Roman is the man, by the way.
Oh yeah,
he is.
He's having fun because he knows. Well, let's also give praise to the Tribal Chief. 10 WrestleMania main events.
10.
Yep. But
10.
that's the thing that I was trying to figure out, like, why would this main event? But then I had to think about it.
Because guess who had the record before him?
I love it.
He broke that record already. He broke that record last year. I know he did. But they tried to switch it and try to say,
but
like,
they gave him two. They gave him a twofer.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, technically, did.
No, but now it's official for all the naysayers who wanted to do that whole 2-night thing. No, now it's official for this many consecutive WrestleManias, not WrestleMania nights. WrestleMania.
Not nights, consecutive. No one else has done that. He's the GOAT.
Shout out to him.
He is the GOAT. He is now forever cemented as the greatest professional wrestler ever.
He doesn't have to be your favorite wrestler, but if they ask you top 5 wrestlers all time and you don't say Roman Reigns, you're a hater.
Roman has to be in that top 5, definitely.
Yeah,
he's definitely on Mount Rushmore now.
He's Mount Rushmore. That's it.
There's no ands or buts about it. Getting into Raw. Yo, Dirk, you missed it, man. We was talking about Booker T. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, so
I agree, Joe. I agree.
Corner T, my bad. So getting into Raw, we already know what we got to talk about, and that's that Cena and Cody Rhodes promo. So C Rabbit, as I'm going to call him,
not C Rabbit.
Yes,
that's exactly what it came out to be. I texted John, and I was like, "What in the 8 mile am I watching right now?"
Don't do that to Cody. And Cody was
I am white. I do have a list. I have an arm took on my neck and shit. I did get booed in the company I created.
Can we talk about how fire this man's suit is?
That suit was fire. That suit was definitely fire.
The dude's got better drip than Rollins. That's fine. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Hold on, don't talk about my god brother now. Don't talk about my god brother.
I'm calling this man C Rabbit. You cannot like everybody from the ATL. Like literally, like
that man. I want that.
That's Cody Raheem right there.
I want that.
You gonna cut it out? That is C Rabbit. Okay, that is
I didn't
C
like
Rabbit.
I didn't like his
Cody
shoes.
Raheem right
I
there.
didn't like the shoes.
He had on a Kojic preacher suit. I'll tell you that.
That's definitely a Kojic preacher suit. If I know a Kojic suit, that's a Kojic suit.
That's a politician
for those
right
who
there.
don't know, that's the nomination. And
that's DT Jr. right there.
So with that being said, I'm not gonna cook you. I'm gonna bury you, just like I buried everyone else.
I love how he's digging into this shit.
They
I
have
love
been
it.
saying for years that John Cena buries talent, but I don't bury talent. I'm talent. I bury mediocrity. Bro.
No, yeah. I want to be very clear. Cody, like if this was a battle rap, Cody didn't get like demolished. He got gentleman 30. In battle rap, that means he did lose every round, but he still didn't he didn't get killed.
No,
that
that
last line killed me.
Everyone's like, he's still his own. I'm like, listen, everybody can have a line in the battle rap.
But he still stood his own. Did he get edged? Yes, but he still stood his own. Now the thing that John Cena did lie about is he did not bury everybody. John Cena lost a lot the past 7 years.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Well, he's got to play up the hill, bro. He's got to play up the hill part.
He was getting his Booker T on, being the company man.
Yeah. A lot. He lost a lot.
Hair.
But you're mad at Booker T, but not at John Cena, who was appropriating black culture when he was a rapper? Next point.
You know what I'm saying?
The only thing that man lost in the last 5 years is more hair. I mean, whatever.
Next point.
So the crazy thing is, after he said that, the one thing I don't have a picture of is how my boy Cody came out and said, and I don't mean my boy Cody, but Cody came out and said,
"That is your boy.
You had more dick in that promo than you have in your jorts,"
which is hilarious.
No,
that was hilarious. I laughed.
That's called a haymaker.
I laughed at that. That was hilarious.
I would have laughed, but I have to say,
you're a Cody hater. We know.
You
Cody
Rhodes. I thought you hit a big
no. Listen, because Dan knows Cody Rhodes.
I know where you're going.
Never, ever escaping those allegations.
No,
because you have a weird obsession with other wrestlers' dicks, and I'm trying to understand why.
Cody Luther King.
Do not Vince McMahon that dude. He was not involved in those allegations.
He was.
He's not involved in the allegation. He has his own. He has his own.
Cody lies.
Look at other wrestlers' manhoods.
Him and
Matt Cardona.
Cody dressed too well to have gotten embarrassed. He lost, but
that sounds like Drake saying that he's too famous to be a pedophile.
Damn.
Anyway, Cody, who is your tailor? Bro?
I'm gonna do my stuff.
Somebody send me Cody Rhodes tailor.
Whoever it is, I'm pretty sure he's seen their dick too.
Oh my god.
He's talked about seeing Batista's. He's talked about seeing Randy's. I don't care. He has a weird obsession with other men's junk. Okay,
it's weird.
It's weird.
He did come out. Cena also said you had to leave because you realize at your best you can't wipe my ass.
That's not true.
He did.
Do you know what's hilarious about this match is I know Ja is a Cody hater, so he's giving this John Cena glaze the past.
I'm John Cena.
But let's be very clear about this whole situation. Let's be very clear. This match is going to be boring.
Oh yeah,
both of them
going to be very slow.
Outside of the shenanigans, yes,
both of them are boring. So let's be very clear that I'm not excited for this match. I don't know why we're acting. It's a very boring. They needed the story. The match itself is going to be very boring.
We should make it a drinking game. Put ginger in it, and then we can have
every time
a guess. Make a guess.
Don't you do my sister?
No, or you can come on too. And it's going to be make a guess how many AAs and Crossroads are going to be in this match.
All right, but
I'm thinking at least about 40 between each of them.
Nah, we're only going to get three AAs.
Well,
each of them get 3. The winner gets 4.
I know Ja doesn't want to admit it, but that last line from Cody that burnt.
Oh, we're not done.
It burned. Yes, it did. It did.
Because
it did.
It's like between you and I, who sold out to The Rock? Was it? He was like, who made you the face? Was it the guy in the office who chose you whose name is not who's not here anymore? We don't talk about him.
I love him bringing up Voldemort.
Oh, we're not done yet. We're not done
I'm not done.
Shall not be
but
named.
this
he who shall not be named because Vince is definitely Voldemort right now.
Well, he said, "I make empires for billionaires, and all
another Vince
ever done was steal money from the kids."
Yeah, that was a Tony Khan reference,
and I'm just like, bro,
That's a fact. No, no. Here's the thing. No, let me explain something very, very clear right now. That's not.
I'll give you the big box.
I'm gonna explain. I gotta explain wrestling to you, not because I'm not trying to disrespect you at all, but I have to explain this to you. Right now, Roman Reigns is the man. Cody is the face.
Yeah.
Facts.
So for the time that you're talking about, Brock Lesnar was the man. John Cena was the face. And we have to understand that the face is for business, the man is for wrestling.
So when Brock was the man, Roman was the face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because at that point, Brock was literally holding on to the title. He was literally kicking ass, but everyone was standing behind Roman.
He was killing Roman at WrestleMania.
Killed Roman. Everyone was standing behind Roman with it.
Yeah. Well, at least that's what Vince tried to do. He obviously tried to have Roman step in when John Cena was leaving. That's when
he was the new Cena.
To force feed him to us, and fans were rejecting it. But you're 100% correct. Roman was at that point that for Brock Lesnar.
So I'm going to get into the bar that everyone keeps talking about, the title, the last ditch effort from Garrett.
Brock only stopped being the man 5 years ago. That's what I'm saying.
I never once they have chanted at me, "You can't wrestle."
That pissed Cena off.
Oh, that was great. I loved it.
He showed his ball spot for that.
Yo, this dude is clean. I never seen a wrestler this clean. I don't think I understand the aesthetics. The tie work with the shoes and the bottom matching it
was the simple fact after he gave him the crossroads, he tucked his tie back in.
If you look, he's got the pocket watch, but he's also wearing a watch, and the face of the watch is matching.
Yes, and it was the simple fact after he gave him that crossroad, he tucked his tie back in and went about his business.
So he got laid out.
All right, and I'm gonna say this:
John Cena's winning.
Well, yeah, but John Cena sold the hell out of this crossroads because Roman did it to Cody and said, "No wonder this didn't work. This move sucks."
Brock was the face before John Cena was. Yes, for that weird time when WWE was having Kurt Angle and Benoit was there and all that stuff. Yes,
Guerrero, and Brock.
RP to a goat.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, Brock was the face, and you know who the man was? Triple H. Triple H was the man.
Because if you guys don't remember, Brock was the one that was supposed to beat Stone Cold, and that's the reason why Stone Cold left.
Okay.
Because they were doing the same thing with Steve Austin and The Rock. Steve Austin was the man, but they kept trying to make The Rock the face because The Rock was better for business.
And are you okay? Are you okay?
That's facts. So this was
Tyler Bate is back. You know I love me so. Oh,
dude,
mustache mountain.
I was happy.
My joint.
Look, by the way,
happy to see them back together. I don't
know if you guys saw, but they were actually him and Trent Seven actually met up while it was over there in UK, and they had a
and they did the Triple H entrance. Yeah, fire.
Oh man, it was great.
Yeah. Shout out to my.
It was good to see him. It was good to see him back.
Yeah. However, did this inadvertently turn Pete Dunne, who's been a heel for the past I don't know how many weeks? This just made him a face out of nowhere. Right,
right back in the tag.
I'm like, wait.
I missed him calling him Butch, and he crashed out from that.
So I'm like, wait, he was just beefing with Kent Penta and Ludwig and beating people up for no reason. Now
they call him Butch
because he's with freaking Bate. Now all of a sudden he's a fake. What is going on?
He got his friend back, bro. He's happy again. He found his smile.
No, but wasn't he talking about him like he was weak and a loser?
Yeah.
What was talking about him?
What happened with that?
That's what I need to know.
I'm glad to see y'all back together.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, even though they lost.
And I hate Kofi's facial hair or lack thereof. Hate it.
The lack thereof, yes. I hate that missing mustache part.
Dude, their interest gear and their music, I'm digging it. I'm digging
real Jamaican.
He looks like a pervert.
He looks like Omos Jr.
I didn't want to say it because I know, you tell us we try not to do this, but yeah. It's giving really pedo. without the mustache. It's giving really pedo.
So
It does.
let's get into the big talk about the second big talk.
No, all right. Let me
Actually,
mute
the big
myself
talk
because I'm
and
gonna
then
cry
the-
again. I'm about to
No.
mute myself because I'm gonna cry again.
You're not gonna cry.
Yes, I am because I cried. Like I boo-hoo cried.
So Jimmy was gonna
Look
go
at
against
that
the-
man Jay's earring, bro. Yo, it's the aesthetic. These dudes are getting money now. I don't
Yeah.
care what y'all say about the Triple H era. One thing these wrestlers are telling me is they getting money. They getting money.
Wow,
Dude, that's that merch money from Jay.
They
Yes,
getting
Yes,
money.
definitely. That's merch
that's
money.
that merch money.
That's merch money for real.
That's merch money. Top
So-
seller.
That guy's got a shirt every single episode. He's got a new shirt.
So with that,
And you know
being
what?
said-
I'm mad I didn't post myself today because hold on, let me show y'all my shirt.
I love this match. What? Uh-oh.
I love Raw. Raw was great.
Oh, she's wearing the Ufala. Look at her. What's up, sis?
Yeah,
fire.
I got my cousin's shirt on.
lit.
Nice.
fire.
I have the
Yeah.
other shirt too, but I just
Yeah.
haven't wore it yet.
So he definitely got that smack in, but
Dude, at first, Jimmy
So
was
we're
holding his
gonna
own.
watch
This
this
was a
match.
great match. This was a
Yeah,
great match.
Jimmy was holding his own, but I just knew from that smile when he got smacked that he was gonna do. He was gonna tear Jimmy up.
As soon as Jimmy came back up from getting slapped with that title with all that blood, Davina just stopped watching.
Yeah.
I cried. I started crying. You can ask y'all niece. She had to
So-
console me.
here's the funny part, and I've been seeing this go around a lot online. And I need y'all to answer truthfully.
What?
Did Jimmy save this storyline?
Yes.
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 That's
Y'all don't think y'all waited long enough for extra things to happen? Y'all just feel
No,
like he
wait,
saved
here's
it?
my thing. Here's my thing. Gunther promised Jay that he was gonna make his life a living hell.
Oh no, Kimmy, to your answer, Dan and Ja are impatient wrestling fans. Except
Yes.
for Ja when it comes to AEW. He says let it cook 30 times. 30 times.
I really felt like I just knew it would have to take something for Jay to really crash out.
Yes.
He mentioned crash out a lot of times, but I knew it would have to take something like someone or something for him to literally like really crash out, and he's about to crash out after this.
And this is the moment. This is the moment.
He's
And I'm all
about to
for
crash out so bad after this.
I'm all
They
for it.
have done a great job using Jimmy to sell this feud.
Yes.
I mean,
But it's just sad that Jimmy had to get involved in order for this feud to really like pop off.
no, it was smart.
It was
smart.
slowly cooking, but like because but
it was
a lot
simmering.
of people were upset, and it was like, oh, he's getting all these dislikes now because we don't need him. He's getting pushed away. He's a nepo baby again, like all that whole conversation.
Well, we were also afraid that, now that Cena and not Cena, Punk and all them's ending, the night that pushed his match down.
Another quick shout out to Roman Reigns, who is the only reason why all of his family are currently main event top
This
tier.
is true too. This is true.
Yeah.
Finn Balor and Dominic defeated Braun and Penta was pinned.
This was another fire match. This was another fire match.
It wasn't a bad match at all.
The after, in the back, they about to put Finn
All four of
completely
them.
out.
That's what I literally said. I was like, all four of them are going to end up basically going against each other, and I think Dominic might end up winning that, like we kind of said, and then they're going to kick Finn out.
And then it sort of kind of put in mind what is JD gonna do when he comes back.
They have to put Dom in the match somehow. So they're gonna do some dumb way of inserting him in the match.
Well, they already set that up. They set that up with Liv this week.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah, what Liv was saying. Yeah, what Liv was saying.
Dom's gonna act like it's all good all the way up to WrestleMania when they turn on Finn and Dom wins that belt. Watch.
I can't wait. And then we found out for next week we're gonna have Bayley versus the Crow for the Intercontinental Women's Championship,
which means she's not getting a WrestleMania match.
After she's been coming out to save her.
That's what I'm trying to understand. Whatever. Chad Gable's gonna
Chad
wrestle next week.
Gable. Yeah, Chad Gable.
I'm not gonna do this.
El Grande Americana.
Okay,
Oh,
from
he's
the
the
Gulf
only
of
one that got a
America.
midget head.
Chad Gable is sick, bro. What are you talking about?
He's the only one that
He's
got a
sick.
midget head. He got a
He's
midget
sick.
head.
Okay, got you. Heard you.
He's
All
sick.
right.
Whatever. I
That's-
know that head when I
That's
see
his
that
brother
head.
Eric Gable, right? Eric Gable.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Ginger
Well,
said it's not
Chad
Chad
Gable is
Gable.
not cleared. He's
I
not
know that
cleared.
head when I see that head. That's a midget head.
Chad.
That's
I don't know what
Chad.
y'all talking
Gracias.
about.
Hi,
Exactly.
sissy.
So let's get into yeah.
This was fire, bro.
No,
This
it
was
wasn't. Stop.
I
Stop.
love it. I love
Time
it.
out.
No,
Because
we're not
Bianca got her butt beat more than the two that was fighting.
Yes.
Time out.
Yes.
Time out. I
Yes.
know Dan didn't start this match glazing.
I
This
loved it.
match
I
was
did.
horrible.
It was entertaining.
No.
It
EO
was
is
entertaining.
great. EO is a top 5, by the way.
Yeah.
Just
Ginger,
like I-
that's Chad, baby.
Just
That's
like I said,
Chad.
if Roman's not in your top 5, male, if EO's not in your top 5 women all time, you're a hater.
No, I love EO,
And-
and y'all needs can tell y'all that I love EO. EO
is
yes.
amazing.
She
EO is
definitely
amazing.
in my top 5.
So anytime EO's on TV, you're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna get up.
Shut
But
I'm
as far as
watching
this
EO.
match, this match was trash.
Nah.
It was
entertaining.
I'm watching EO. I love
it was okay.
EO.
See, my thing is this. Bianca looks great, by the way. Love her outfit.
She needs
You
to wear
knew there was going to be shenanigans.
They said she made that in her hotel room overnight.
She did.
Like
Listen,
right
she did.
before the
She probably
match
did.
started. Yeah.
She probably did.
Mhm.
So
That's my girl.
Rhea, I think Rhea's the one that hit Bianca first by accident. Then EO, then Rhea again, then the crash out.
Yeah, she just got a butt beat
Because
more than
Rhea
the
technically won the match after a 20
Yes.
count.
Yeah.
Right.
Had the problem with Bianca. That whole thing happened. And well, they ended up scrapping again to the point that Bianca said, girl, in her voice.
Shut up, Ginger.
And her voice, literally, like out of nowhere, they both get disqualified.
Because Bianca was tired of them whooping on her more than they was whooping on each other.
I think when Mercedes looks into the mirror, she thinks she's Bianca Belair.
Wow.
Just so you know,
wow.
Mercedes was asked the question, who would, she like Naomi to attack next? She said
Bianca. Yeah.
I'm loving this. I'm loving this.
Well, of course, because
Hill.
that way she could take more of Bianca's authentic.
All right, you're gonna stop. You're gonna stop the hate. You're gonna stop the hate. Mercedes over.
Hey,
Bianca.
I will say this. I don't agree with you on Mercedes.
Because I'm telling the truth. I'm preaching.
No, you are telling the truth. You are. You're telling the
truth.
truth.
Real. The hate is real.
You're telling the truth.
Fan. I'm not a Monet fan. I think
it's fine.
I'm not.
I mean,
Monet
but
looks in the mirror and she's so
no pop Monet, just the stealing.
Mercedes is so cocky. She thinks she's Bianca Belair. Like she's like
how we're talking about Bianca. How do you see Bianca do that?
What's up, Randy?
No pop no Monet.
It was good, Brody. You missed us talking about Swerve. You missed us talking about it. It's okay, but.
Watch it back.
She literally took out Bianca, then riptide EO on top of her and took the title. And yeah, we'll figure it out because we know there's going to be a triple threat. Like, I don't know why like this is a thing, but we know it's going to be a triple threat. Just make it a triple threat. All the extra stuff.
Think she's Bianca in the multiverse is hilarious. I need that.
Worry about your mother's breakdown of why she feels like she's a failure. Okay, let's talk about Charlotte Flair and how she feels like she's a failure. I didn't even bring the slide up.
Here you go.
I didn't even bring the slide up because I didn't want to be petty. Okay, I didn't want to be petty tonight.
Fire, Ginger. He's aggy. That was fire.
All right, yeah. Okay, freaking y'all gonna
Sissy,
stop
come, just come on in, Sissy. Just come on in.
No. So
yes, come on in, sis.
Ricky Spinks challenges Shawn Spears for the title, and then the Trick Williams call out thingy. So, how we started NXT was
a filler show, so go through it fast.
Yes, because Stephanie McMahon is vacating the title. Now they're going to have a tournament, and apparently Jordan Grace wants the title. Jada Parker came back out. She wants another go at it.
Can someone simply explain to me why is she vacating the title?
Reasons.
Exactly. No one can. I thought so.
WWE reasons. WWE reasons. That's the best way to put it.
Because they have the best women's division on the planet, and they have one woman with all the belts.
No, it was stupid in the first place. But why are we just
fuck Charlotte? All right, no bad. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't.
And I also don't understand giving it to this dude
who literally tossed another dude at a woman. It was a dude tossed another dude at a woman. Okay, like the Transformer literally said "robots in disguise, fire."
Yeah,
and shot laser beak at Jada Parker. Like,
yep.
Why? And Joe Button voice. Why?
First of all, shout out to him. When he moves up from Evolve, LFG, whatever he's on, he's gonna be jumping all around the place.
Yeah.
Man, listen. Speaking of jumping all around the place, Cora Jade had this to say to Lola Vice. You wouldn't know what to do with that title except shake your ass with it.
That was funny. It was shade. It was great shade though.
I mean, that's the next thing Cora Jade's gonna buy, so she needs to shut up.
Woo! So
that ain't PG.
Zarya,
Australian Athena.
All right, I will say this. This match sucked. This match sucked.
Get off my damn show. Get off my damn show.
This match sucked, and the wrong person won.
Okay, yes, thank you. Because
how did Australian Athena not dominate Lash Legend in this match?
She botched a lot. There was something wrong, and she doesn't do that often, but she was not hitting her moves, and timing was way off. It's like she had no chemistry in there that night.
Why did Lash Legend lose?
Yeah.
Can we just...
Well, if we're being honest, because Lash Legend's not great either. It's just Zarya had a bad night. She had an Athena night. Why? What? Australian Athena had an Athena night.
I don't know if I would actually admit this in public, but I'm starting to...
I love Lash.
I seen some pictures of Zarya without all the wild makeup, and I'm not gonna lie, she kind of looks a little good. I'm not gonna cat.
No, she looks good. This is her style.
Nah,
in the ring.
Rusev, bro. I'm just telling you, Rusev, bro.
Final countdown, yeah, we got the crowd waiting. Every Thursday 7:30ish, and the show is stacked. Go and run and tell a friend we back. It's the Wolfpack.
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing.
It was a good one.
I can't wait to
your
show
show really?
I really can't wait to your Dark Knight. Did you just call her Charmander?
Yes. You forgot the flame emojis.
The disrespect to my Zarya, my Delta, is crazy.
Yeah, but
please.
Lash should have won.
This is true. Now, this what I found kind of be very, very weird because I thought this is where we was going with it, but apparently the storylines dropped. I need answers. Why is Roxanne Perez back in NXT?
She's not moving up until after Mania. And there's talks of her not actually doing it until after Backlash. Maybe Backlash.
Wasn't she going
She was on
with Bailey? Like, what happened? What happened?
She lost that match.
If she's Charizard, Athena is definitely Carmelia.
Oh my God. It took him that long. He's been sitting there thinking of it.
I just was waiting for
Yo, listen. Holy Chef from South Park. We're not about to do this. Okay, you're gonna leave Zarya alone. You're gonna leave Athena alone.
I found like 5 Athenas when Pokemon Go came out.
He called her a basic Pokemon. Oh my God. All right. This is what happened to Roxanne. This is what happened to Roxanne.
This
Look at her face. Look at her face.
Oh my God, her face.
This.
For her to have been the first North American champion, they've been burying her ever since she lost it.
Well, you have an Asian. She's half Asian, half Latino. No. We're not doing this anymore.
This face.
I'm not doing this anymore. She looks like a Big Mouth character right now. I'm sorry.
She's going through.
She definitely look like that big mouth Snapchat filter thing.
Yo, now that you think about it, put up that picture again. Why does Roxanne and Athena look the same? Why are they wearing the same outfits? Booker
Oh
T.
my God. Here we
Booker T's
go.
R. Kelly in these women.
Oh my
And
God.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
Oh yeah, man.
Joe. Like,
Oh yeah, man.
not the face
Not
shot.
the face- Yes, the face shot.
Yo, Athena
That's-
would seriously wear that outfit.
Shut up. This smack, bro. Like
It
to
was
get
just
smacked and then you still win the damn match is like, I don't know, but your face don't even look like how you did when you got
but yeah,
smacked,
she don't
bro.
look the same.
You
She
look like
Nah,
Doja
she got cuts on her cheek though. She took
Yeah,
some
that's
hits.
what, like you look like Doja Cat here, and then you look like what's his name?
It's a
What's the
good
main
motion
character from Big
capture.
Mouth?
It was motion. It's a good motion capture.
It's a crazy slap. Now let's get into this.
Oh,
I fought for this. I sacrificed for this. I lost a brother for this. You ain't Trick Williams, you Carmelo Hayes.
ooh.
Now, this right here.
Why are we talking about this?
Why?
The only reason why we're going to talk about this is for one reason only.
It was not good.
For 2 years in a row, you're going to have African American talent headlining Stand and Deliver for the main.
Yeah.
So you had Trick and Mello last year, and now this year you have not only Trick back in it, but you also have Oba Femi and the young boy, Mr. Bouncy himself, Javon Evans.
I like Javon Evans.
I
though.
repeat. So why are we talking about this segment?
You know why. Dark State came out and took them all out.
Retribution.
We got all the names, by the way, and apparently because of this, we're gonna have a 6-man tag match next week.
Boo! This was a horrible episode of NXT. I'm not.
Yeah.
No, but wait, the best thing happened though.
Oh yeah.
This man had a match. You know what I'm saying? He got to,
It's his
kiss
third
the
match, right?
people
Wait,
in the
wait.
ring.
Is this his third match?
Yeah.
Motor
You
City
know-
Machine Guns. Yeah. Okay.
And he won the title already.
I'm okay. With this.
Debuted.
I'm okay with it.
He debuted almost a month ago. A month of change ago. So-
Ethan Page did the same thing, but he got the world. He got the NXT
If
title. So
I'm being
okay with
honest,
it.
it was his best match. So
It was good. It was really good. Yeah. He was entertaining. He was a little over flamboyant here and
Not
there.
as good as his match with
if we're being honest, Ricky Starks in all actuality is Adam Cole light.
Just better. He just dresses better.
Yep.
And
He
he
has more
also,
charisma, obviously. He wouldn't have lost his girl. He would still be with his dentist.
yeah.
But
That's crazy. So, do you think that Ricky is the leader of this group? Do you think that is Javon?
No. I think it's going to be Trick.
I've been seeing a lot of comments that saying it was Trick.
I've been saying this trick for 2 months. So I'm
Yeah,
not
he
like-
has. He has.
Now, let's get into this, though. This is what happened afterwards. Ethan Page came out, took him out, and now Ethan Page is going for the North American title. And at the end of the night, everyone was screaming Tony fumbled. So
we don't have to
But,
talk about that.
we don't
We
got
don't
to
have
talk
to
about
talk
it.
about that bullshit.
We don't got to talk about that. It's just fans being fans.
They can AEW could do, fans could do the same
First of
thing.
all, NXT
half of the retired WWE locker room works for AEW.
no, but NXT's crowds are the same people every other week because of the arena they're in. So they do the wildest chants of any show in wrestling.
They get to get in for free anyway, so what does it matter?
Yeah.
Like,
If I lived in Florida, I'd be down there too. If I lived in Florida, I'd be going to every show.
I mean,
No,
but
it's
hey,
cool.
it's
It's
always
cool,
good to say that Tony Khan, fumbled. Like, mid-card guys who went to a development league brand and is fighting over a mid-card title. And
It's not a development brand anymore.
No, it still is.
So-
No, it still
No.
is a development
That
brand.
is
We're not doing
Evolve
this.
now. Evolve is now the developmental.
Thank
plan.
you. That's what I'm trying to tell him. He's not listening.
Heard you. And so is LFG,
NXT.
right?
Yeah, no, LFG is different. That is
LFG
the
is
new
a
Tough
show.
Enough.
Oh, okay.
LFG is the new Tough Enough.
Oh, okay.
LFG is a competition show.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Heard. Let's get into Dynamite. John Moxley, Marina Shafir versus Swerve Strickland and Willow Nightingale. Let me big box myself real quick. Yo, John Moxley, my nigga. Yo, listen, look. You need to run me the fucking fade, bro. You're gonna have to run me the fade.
Hit her again.
Watch your mouth. Like, watch your mouth. Okay.
It was the most entertaining thing John Moxley has done in the past 4 months.
Okay, well, let me say this too, but let me say this. He had to do it because Maria couldn't do it.
I mean, yeah, Marina kind of botched and almost broke her neck. Yeah, let's talk about that. Now, Marina was actually doing good in the match until that spot. Like, you could not pick up Willow to save your life. And you sat there and you dropped her on her neck. And we all know that Willow has bad neck. You know, she had neck surgery before. Bro, that was bad.
It was.
That was bad. That was really bad.
I think, by the way, I think they did it on purpose to sell the DDT, but carry on.
You think?
Absolutely.
I don't know. It looked a little rough because she missed the table.
I think they did it on purpose to sell.
I mean, she did get back up and then power bombed Marina on it to break up the pin. Bring up the chokehold.
It sells the DDT more because she had got dropped on the neck. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Now, after all of that, this is what we came to talk about real quick. The Owen Hart tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're going to break down the men's side real quick because you already know Jay White's not in there anymore. So his spot got given up to the wild card, right? Okay, boom. Will Ospreay versus Kevin Knight.
That's gonna be a banger, bro.
Will Ospreay next.
Brody King versus Takeshita.
They're gonna do Brody King dirty again.
Yep.
Sadly. Mark Briscoe. All right, anyway.
Fletcher's gonna win that one.
Hangman versus Fletcher is gonna be crazy.
Versus who?
Fletcher. Hangman versus Fletcher is going to be crazy.
No, he's got to go against the wild card.
Anyway,
so who is it? MJF? Or is it somebody returning?
Hangman versus Fletcher is going to be crazy.
Wait. I literally thought. Get me wrong. I literally thought that that MJF was in this, but he's not.
He's not.
So as far as that wild card goes.
We're getting Will Ospreay versus Hangman in the fight.
There's no. Wait. There's one name that I've been waiting on since the announcement of him possibly signing with AEW. I think.
You really think it's gonna be him?
It's gonna be Josh Alexander, bro.
Yeah. What's up, Marlon?
What's good, Marion? Yeah, I think Josh Alexander
a horrible debut
possibly. But that's like he's gonna lose to Hangman, and I'm like. But do we think that Hangman? We think it's gonna be Hangman versus Swerve at All In?
I would love it to be, especially with that little exchange we got later in the night.
Yeah. Okay. I can't really talk about that. But I wouldn't be upset with Will versus Swerve. I wouldn't be mad at Will versus Swerve.
I wouldn't be mad.
You gotta run it back.
Nah, I'm okay.
Tony Storm, wow. Tony Storm won her match against Surfer Girl.
Megan Bain looks so disgusted right now.
But Megan Bain looks so mother's milk like I'm sorry.
Hit her with the mother's milk.
Yes, hit me with your mother's milk. Anyway, all I'm gonna say is I can't wait to this match. I'm just kind of skeptical because I want Megan Bain to win. But
Tony just won the belt back.
I know, but you built.
You're just saying that Tony Storm, your best women's wrestler in the company, is going to be a transitional champion. Really?
She could possibly win it back. I don't know. I think Megan Bain should win because you built this woman to be a monster.
She's going to be such a boring champion if she wins.
We don't know that.
She cannot win until she gets a valet. Point blank. Period.
Why does she need a valet?
She's got what's her name?
She doesn't talk. She doesn't need to.
And that's why it'll be
comes in
trash.
and
She's
she
the
kicks
world
ass.
champion. No, next.
She kicks ass.
Next.
She kicks ass. So I would not be opposed to it.
Next.
The other match would be Will Ospreay showing up, and he had a match with him and Kevin Knight versus Blake Christian and Lee Johnson, which I have not seen Big Shotty Lee Johnson in a long time. But
banger match.
It was a fire ass match. I'm not going to cap.
was.
It was definitely a fire match. Afterwards is when we discovered that Will Ospreay and Kevin Knight will be going against each other for the Owen Hart's men's tournament match at Dynasty, just as we found out as far as the women's. So we already knew Athena, we knew that Mercedes, and we knew that Billy Starks was entering into it, right? We knew Thunder Rosa was entering into it, right? Now looking at these brackets,
no.
Why do I feel as if I said this last year, but for the men's side? If you look over on the right side of the women's, is Julia Hart and Mercedes Moné, which is happening at Dynasty.
Yep.
Harley Cameron and Athena. Don't know when that's happening. But the winner, obviously, is going to be Mercedes versus Athena in the Owen Hart tournament.
Yeah. And Mercedes is going to win. That's it.
I don't believe that Mercedes is going to win this tournament.
She's not. Athena. Billy Starks is going to win the tournament by beating Athena in the final.
No. I think I know who's actually going to win this tournament, and I'm kind of like
Jamie Hayter. Well, I mean,
no, it's not Jamie Hayter. It's not Jamie Hayter.
Billy Starks.
No, it's not Billy Starks.
It's Billy Starks.
It's on the left side, but it's not Chris Statler, the reader.
You're not talking about Thunder Rosa.
It's going to be Thunder Rosa. It's going to be Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm.
It's not.
Thunder Tits back at it again.
Yeah, it's going to be Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm.
Oh, this is for who goes against Tony?
Yes.
Oh.
It makes the obvious sense. You know Mercedes isn't going to win this yet. And I think it's clear as day that they're going to tease this have this match. It'll be a banger. And then we're going to basically get the match at All In where it'll be Mercedes versus Athena for whatever title is going to be on the line.
Yeah, Thunder Rosa beats Athena.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
They'd be like, the homegirl talent's going to like whatever. But that's if Athena
beats Mercedes. It makes sense now, thinking about it.
We heard I said that's if Athena beats Mercedes.
No, she is. Texas is going to be the two Texas girls, Thunder and Athena.
Yep.
That'd be fire.
That makes sense now.
Okay. So with that being said, the last match, which was
the shittiest match ever.
I don't want to hear Let It Cook about John Moxley ever or Adam Copeland. Stop it.
The Adam Copeland thing.
It's Adam Copeland, bro.
It's Adam Copeland, bro.
That's all I can sit there and say.
On this day, I should retire.
Because I could talk about like the little exchange between Cash and Dax, but we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to talk about
Swerve.
What happened in this whole instance where Swerve came out and basically got attacked and fucked up, dragged out there, and slammed on glass. Real glass. I'm a river.
Real glass.
Which, by the way, shout out to Drew McIntyre.
And then the funny little thing is Punk walks past.
Punk
and
by him,
goes,
by the way, I just wanted to sit here and say this real quick because I know a lot of people love talking about how AEW references WWE. But
WWE was doing a lot of AEW.
They've been doing that and after a while, bro. I'm starting to notice that WWE has been doing this a lot more than AEW has in recent weeks. I don't know what's going on. It's kind of like they flipped mindsets all of a sudden. However, getting into this, this is the exchange that literally made me drop my jaw.
Yeah.
I told you that you and I were on it. Like, dude, get over it. You broke into my house. You burned down mine. You deserved it. I know.
And that shut him up. That shut Adam. Hangman's like, huh? What'd you say?
Now, when people talk about what's good. Now, when people talk about that, they don't have storylines. And I'm thinking, because I always watch shit. And whether that's WWE or AEW or, well, not NXT like that. You remember a few weeks ago when he had that whole exchange with Christopher Daniels and he apologized, whatever, and then we caught him going into Swerve's locker room and Swerve wasn't there, and then they called him and he was like, they was asking him about it, he just blew it off. Full surface moment where we know Swerve is going against Mox for the title, and he's still saying like, I'm not gonna let you get it, right? And now they finally get to this point. He was like, dude, let it go. This exchange right here, like, you broke into my house, you burned down mine, you deserved it. Swerve taking accountability and saying, I know. Now, a lot of people was like, oh, wait, wasn't Swerve the face in all of this? Well, not in the beginning. For those who don't remember, Hangman was the face in the beginning. This turned Hangman into a heel because of what Swerve did. Swerve basically kicked his ass, broke into his house, drank his blood, all of that, and people cheered for that. It made him basically become someone who's spiraling out of control mentally. So now, fast forward now, he's been crashing out, attacking people, taking out his friends, don't want to be around anyone, just wanted to destroy Swerve's life. Swerve's basically been moving on, saying like, you know, like, I don't care about that. I just want my title now. You broke into my house. You burned it down. You deserved it. I know. So with that being said, bro, I honestly think, and y'all can stop me if you think I'm wrong, I think Hangman is going to end up helping Swerve win the title on Sunday.
Yep. I called it.
Yeah, definitely.
I called that. About what, 6 months ago?
I think it is going to happen. Like, it's like, well, it would be like a surreal moment because it's like we've been following this for the past like year. Like, they've been fighting for like over a year now, right? Almost a year, 2 years. This is probably one of the best storylines that they've had. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it at this point, yo. Like, this is very dope. Getting into Dynasty.
Oh, we're gonna make predictions.
We're gonna make our predictions real quick.
All right.
So I think it's clear. Will Ospreay versus Kevin Knight.
Oh, that could be fun though. It's gonna be Will Ospreay.
Definitely Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay. Banger of a match though. Will Ospreay wins.
Mercedes versus Julia.
Mercedes,
of course.
Rated FTR versus the Death Riders.
I'm torn on that. Honestly, I don't care.
We're getting swerved, and it's rated FTR.
Yeah.
See, okay,
and I really don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm in the feeling that something's gonna happen. If they do not win this match, I think that's when Dax is gonna crash out and go against Edge and Adam. Cash is gonna act like he's gonna, whatever, and then Cash is gonna join Dax and they're gonna take out Adam Copeland. I think eventually we're gonna end up getting is possibly Adam Copeland and Christian versus FTR. Eventually, sometime this year.
You're saying a bunch of things no one cares about. Copeland, FTR next.
Yeah, we don't care.
Hurt Syndicate versus
Hurt Syndicate next.
Learning Tree.
You're going Learning Tree?
He's lying. He's glazing.
Stop trolling,
I'm going with Hurt.
Hurt business.
What if MJF cost him that match?
He's not going to cost him that match.
Next.
He's going to help them win that match.
Okay, we'll see. If that's the case, I'm going with Hurt Syndicate. All right, so this one is kind of interesting to me. So Daniel Garcia and Adam Cole, and I'm going with Adam Cole because they haven't done anything with Danny G, and I'm kind of really upset with this shit. Like
Adam Cole.
Yes, Robert, we do watch-alongs.
Yeah, we're not knowing you, buddy.
7:30ish.
No, he means for the pay-per-views and stuff. Yeah.
Yes,
we do watch-alongs.
Yeah, we tried.
And he said, he asked, "Do we how often do we go live?"
Yeah,
and I said Thursday 7:30ish.
Yeah, every Thursday.
It's a big ish if Jaws producing the show. It's a big.
Welcome to the show, by the way.
Yeah, they're watching it from
Yes, welcome, Robert. Welcome to the
they're
show.
watching from the Statement podcast channel. Shout out to the Statement.
Yeah.
All right,
thanks.
so let's see what else we have. We all said Adam Cole. Ricochet versus Kenny Omega versus Speedball.
Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega, bro. Come on, let's not even. If you say Speedball, I'm no.
You know, Jai gotta be the eyeball. You know, Jai gotta be the eyeball.
I hate that. I so much hate that.
Which he stole from John Cena, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear God.
I'm still going.
Right.
I'm still going with Ricochet though, because Ricochet.
I'm sticking with Omega.
Megan Bain and Tony Storm.
Tony
Storm.
Storm.
Tony.
Megan Bain.
3 Tonys, 1 Megan. Okay.
All right, and of course, Swerve versus Moxley.
Swerve.
Swerve.
I don't care how they do that. Just get that
I
belt
don't.
far away from John Moxley. I don't care how you do it. And I hate how y'all do main events with 12 people running. I don't care how you do it.
Swerve's got no
Get that
backup,
belt
bro.
out that man.
Swerve's got no backup.
Cut it out.
He's got no backup.
Yes, you do.
He's got Nana.
He has backup, but I'm waiting for them to just bring the damn man on freaking
Josh,
national television.
Oh my God, John is fantasy booking. Somebody help John get WWE 2K25.
Right now on the
So he-
roster,
he
he
puts
has
Swerve
no
with his people.
backup. He has no backup right now.
AR Fox.
Anyway, final thoughts. Final thoughts.
AR Fox. EJ and Doka. Lee J.
When's the last time you seen them together? Exactly. All right. Let's go.
Hey, Midget, you want to get some final thoughts?
Yes, I do miss y'all. I do miss being here. I'm gonna be
Right.
here. I'm gonna be back
Beatlemania.
more often because I'm I just been in my feelings. Whatever.
We love
But-
you.
I love y'all. I haven't been in my feelings about y'all. I just been dealing with my own personal issues, but I love y'all, and I'm gonna be back more often, permanently, because I'm here, Mrs. Fatu. That's me. Just in case y'all didn't know.
How is there a Pokemon in my?
Welcome
You
back.
know why there's a
Welcome back,
Pokemon.
Kenny.
Right, you worried about a Pokemon.
You know what?
You worried about a Pokemon. I stand him.
Y'all missed it. That was
Can't
pretty
stand
Go sock, go to hell. Go sock, go to hell. Okay.
What are we calling this one? You gotta name it.
This is a Athenion. An
We need to
Athenion.
So you need to take this and poke it over to your art, and then recolor the hair.
This
Put
is
a
just a
little-
little deeper red. The face is
Yeah.
perfect. The face on this Pokemon is perfect. Looks spot on, Athena.
Wow.
Yeah. For anybody wondering, this is what Athena looks like as a Pokemon.
As a Pokemon.
as a Pokemon. That's what she does with belts. She gotta catch them all. So yeah, my final thoughts.
Bro, we're like way past 10. It's All Stars bedtime, guys.
This is exactly my final thoughts are Athena is the least talked about champion of all time. Booker T is Samuel L. Jackson from Django and forever will be. Mercedes looks at her mirror and goes, "Mirror, mirror of the wall, who's the fairest
we
of them
forgot.
all?" And Bianca Belair pops up every time. It's like Bianca Belair is Mercedes is Snow White, and Mercedes is the Wicked Witch of the Wrestling West. Ginger, we missed you tonight. Kimmy, so glad you're here. And yeah, I mean, John Cena's still bald, so everything is copacetic. See you guys next week.
Joe, we did forget to mention the biggest return this week.
What's the biggest return? You let me know.
Minnie Monet.
Minnie Monet came back. Yes, she did. You know,
Yes, she
that's
did.
that's totally fine. Yeah, you know.
John's in his feelings right now, bro. Kimmy, I'm so glad you come and hang out for a little bit.
Yes, I
We
need to
miss
get
you.
back into me because, like I said, I just been in my own little world.
And that's fine. You don't need to explain anything, sweetheart. Bye, sis, Ginger. John, I agree with you on most of your points besides Mercedes Monet. So, and he's going to end the show as soon as I say something. But also, guys, don't forget to check out, if you do like our podcast, go check out the YouTube channel. They're all archived on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out Dan the Statement's YouTube channel. All Star's going to have his Holy Heel podcast coming soon. You got Ja with his question, and then you got Kimmy, a little bit of Kimmy and Ginger.
Kimmy, and Ginger.
Yeah. So be on the lookout for that. And thank you guys for coming out. Robert, welcome to the show. Welcome to the brand. And we'll see you next week. Wow, John. Being dramatic.
I don't have any final thoughts. I hate people. Like you know, like did he just turn me up? Yo, really? That's what we're doing? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Okay. You know what? It's okay. It's all right. It's all right, you know. You're lucky. For some reason, my computer will not let me do what I want to do.
So sorry. We have to wait.
Here we go. I know.
It out.
I see some stuff. All right. Wait.
That's okay. It's okay. I totally, listen, All Star. You know what I'm saying? I love you, bro.
Love you too, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah, no, John about to do something that just
I didn't even do nothing. What are you talking about?
Because I just know we are Aquarius.
Watch out, it's Athena, John.
Trying to do something.
Watch out, it's Athena. It's Athenion.
I just want to just let it be known that I hate this man. Okay, if I can, just leave this show, I definitely would. I'm tired of the mistreatment of because why would you do that? Why would you sit there and call her a Pidgeot? Like that's what we're doing. That's literally what we're doing right now. You want to call her a Pidgeot, a freaking Pokemon? That's what I don't know what Pokemon are.
Only know one Pokemon. Big Dick B. That's it.
Okay, you know what? I never tell y'all that I hate y'all before.
Yes, you have.
It definitely needs to be known. I hate you guys so much.
You don't. You love
no
us.
clue.
You just absolutely love us.
I don't. I
You
quit.
do.
This is my last show.
You do.
This is my last show.
No, it's not.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Don't listen
I'm
to him.
I'm done.
No, it's not.
Okay, I gotta deal. No, because I'm done. I am done. Yo,
He's trying to drag it because he's trying to do stuff, but the show is over. For anybody wondering, also, see, this is Bianca Belair. Okay, everybody. Oh, I see what you did there. That's cute. So yeah, that's Bianca.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is cool. That's cool. Yeah. Okay. Everybody, look at All Star. Look at All Star. He's doing upset. Look at All Star, same beard and everything. You know what I mean?
Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming to the Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast. We're here every Thursday unless John at 7:30, unless John's doing it. Then we're gonna start at 8:40 and finish at 11. So thank you, Jaquez, for that.
No
Salute
problem.
to everybody who popped
Shout out
up.
to Kimmy.
Wow, that's racist.
What?
They called you a nugget.
All right. Okay, all right. I got you. I got you.
I say since we want to talk about Athena, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
This is the Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast. Thank you, everybody, for pulling up. I'm out. I was supposed to leave at 10.
Yeah, because John went way past his bedtime.
Yeah, every time. See y'all later. I'm out.
We love you, Ginger. I'm out. All right. Later, guys. Bye.
Have a good one. See you.
Final countdown, yeah, we got the crowd waiting. Every Thursday, 7:30ish, and the show is stacked. Go and run and tell a friend we back. It's the Wolfpack.